So my name is Cody Ryle, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use Keynote in the classroom. First, if you follow my mouse cursor all the way down here to the bottom, you'll see the little podium. I got it lit up with my cursor, and Keynote pops up. Alright, so you can use Keynote for a variety of different things inside your classroom. But what I like to use Keynote for in my classroom was to make Frere models. So I'm not going to pick a backdrop with, say, a motorcycle or a bird in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this blue guy right here. Then I'm going to come down here to the bottom right hand corner and I'm going to click choose. Okay. So we pop up right here to a blank screen and we have two boxes. First, we need to get rid of these two boxes. These two boxes really aren't necessary when it comes to our Frere model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in the first box and then I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard. I'm going to click in the second box and I'm going to hit delete on that one as well. So now I have a blank slate to start with my Frere model. And I've taught math, science, and social studies in 3rd and 5th grade, so I'm going to make a Frere model based on math. So I'm going to come up here to shapes to start out with, and I think I'll start out with, let's say, a circle. So the circle pops up in the middle of the screen. I'm going to make this guy a little bit bigger. You can make it either as big as you want or as small as you want. It's your preference. And if you go to the right side over here, you can also change the color. So if you want it green, it can be green. If you want it red, red, or gray. So I'm going to go with gray. So now I need to drop text into my circle. So I'll come up to the top where the T is. Up underneath the T it says text. I'm going to click on text. And this one happens to pop the text box up almost in the middle, but it's going to pop it in the middle every single time. So I'm going to double click in there, and let's go with prime, because today we're going to be talking about prime numbers. Alright, so I need another shape. Let's go with a square. Once again, it pops up in the middle of our screen, but we can literally move it anywhere we want on our backdrop here. Okay. We can even go over here to the arrange portion, the right hand side, and this guy right here that says rotate, you can even make this rotate around. Let's rotate it to about right there. There we go. Let's make it a little bit different, a little bit fun, a little less boring. So we're going to need another text box. I'll drop a text box down. It drops into the middle of our circle. So I'm just going to pick it up, and I'm going to drop it right here inside of our square. Alright, and now I'm just going to put DEF for definition. And then I'm just going to go ahead and type in the definition. Okay. So as we see, the text is literally jumping off the screen, so we're going to have to pop that down quite a bit. Probably should have did that at the beginning here, but hindsight 2020. We won't make that mistake the next time around. So I'm going to highlight my text right here. And let's pop that up a little bit higher to say, here we go, 14. So got a definition, a whole number with exactly 2 divisors. Okay, so we're going to need another shape for our FAIR model. This time what I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with a triangle. Drop our triangle down. Let's make this guy bigger, maybe a little bit wider. There we go. Alright, so got to put another text box in. So let's drop that text box in down there at the bottom. And I'm going to come over here to the right side, and we have 38 point font. We have got to drop that down. Let's drop that down to about a 16. Alright, so we're going to go for some examples. Okay. Alright, so I got 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and so on. Okay. So we got some examples, and if we're going to go with some examples, it would only be right if we went with some non-examples. Alright, let's drop another text box down here in this one. Once again, we're going to have to take our font and we're going to have to drop it way on down there. Take that back up to 16. Alright, so now we're going to go with some non-examples. Okay. Alright, so some non-examples would be 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. And of course, so on. So as you look, you can see that our text box isn't quite on our triangle. So we can move the text box, or we can move the triangle. It's up to you, whichever way you'd like to do it. And we can, even rotate that guy around if we'd like. Make it goofy, make it fun. Alright, so we need one more. And this time, instead of going with just some random shape, let's see what else we can find here. See, we got some trees, we got animals, we've got a clipboard. Look, let's go with a clipboard. Oh, I don't want to move my prime, I want to move the clipboard. Alright, so let's make this clipboard bigger. A little bit bigger than that, maybe. Alright, we're going to have to put a text box in that one as well. I'm going to go ahead and pop that back down to 16, just so we have enough room to type. And this one's going to be labeled characteristics. Okay. Alright, so one characteristic is 2 is the only even prime number. Okay. And another one is 0 and 1 are not prime. So once again, we see here where our text box happens to go off of our clipboard. So what I want to do is I'm going to make my clipboard a tad bit bigger. Then I'm going to move my clipboard over to where all of the words are inside of the clipboard. Now we can take this text and I can, let's highlight the text. Let's go into style. Let's change the color of the text. Say we want to go red for the red right there, and look, boom, it makes it jump, makes it pop. But doing that, might have to squeeze that guy down to get it back into the clipboard. Okay. So about right there, so that makes that look a little bit different. Or I mean, even let's go one step further here. Let's go to arrangement. Let's flip that guy like that right there. Let's click on our clipboard. Let's get our clipboard going all goofy too. Why not make it a little bit fun? It's all about making it fun for the kids and interesting look. So everything here on the screen is just a tad bit different. It's not symmetrical or anything like that. And say, okay, we're done with prime. Say you want to go with a different one. You want to start another Frere model. You can come up here to the add slide. Click that plus sign right there, and then you have all of these to choose from right here. But just remember, with a Frere model, you want to start off with a blank slate like what I did, mainly because when you choose something like this down here where you have mountains in the bottom left hand corner of my screen, it's going to be hard to find a color for your letters to, pop out to where the readers and your students can see what's written on the screen. I've used this in my math class, I've used it in science class, I've used it in social studies. The students absolutely love it. Like I say, I'm going to show you guys the shapes one more time. You have the basic shapes, and I mean, you go down to objects, animals, nature. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff you can pick and choose from. And anybody who teaches kids or anybody who has kids knows that kids have wild imaginations and they can be really creative. I mean, we got sports, we got transportation, even work. All right. So one more thing I want to show you guys is the media tab. If you click on the media right here, you can add photos, you can go to the image gallery, you can add movies, music, you can even record audio onto your Frere model if you would like. So I hope you enjoyed my video on my Frere model, and I hope that you'd feel comfortable enough to use this in your classroom, because I will say this, students love to work on iPads. The county I worked for, we were 1-to-1. Every teacher had an iPad, every student had an iPad, and when you could do anything school related on an iPad, even those students that weren't engaged all of a sudden became engaged and were doing their work. So I strongly encourage you to use as much technology as you can in the classroom. Have a good evening. Thank you.